Our upright barbell row is a strength move, primarily focusing on our shoulders and our traps, so those muscles that connect from the shoulder blade up to the base of the rear of the skull, primarily for the outer portion of those shoulders. For these, we're going to want a barbell. This is going to be an exercise where you're not going to want a ton of weight, a lot less weight than you would normally use for like a bent over row or for a chest press because it's smaller muscle groups that are being worked. We're going to stand up close to the bar with a nice relaxed stance right about hip distance apart. Our grip for this is going to be an overhand grip, so our palms facing us. It's going to be right about hip distance apart for that upright row. So we're going to bend down, grab the bar, right about hip distance apart here for that grip. We're going to stand on up, nice and tall for this one, staying nice and tall. We're going to bring that bar up towards the chin as we focus on those elbows staying nice and high. So those elbows should be above the bar for this one, pulling on up and then controlling it back down. Again, remember, focus on those elbows coming up. Those wrists are staying below the elbows for this movement. Most common mistakes made on this one, and there are a few of them, 3 major ones that I'll point out. First off, just like with normal upright rows with dumbbells, a really common mistake is instead of leading with the elbows like this, we pull and get the biceps and the forearms involved. So what that looks like is instead of those elbows staying nice and high here, we're coming up like this, to where those elbows are dipping down and we're kind of curling that bar up with the biceps and the forearms. So really focus on those wrists staying relaxed and leading with the elbows as you come up nice and high here. Another big thing to remember is your posture here. It can be really easy, especially if you have too heavy of a weight, to kind of swing to get that bar up. As you start to tire out, or if you have too heavy of a weight, this is really common, and what that looks like is kind of like this. To get that momentum to get up, or even coming up onto the toes at the top to kind of swing it up and get other muscles involved. So really try to stay nice and stationary with the rest of the body. Core nice and tight, shoulders back, nice and tall for this one. Focusing on isolating those muscles in those traps and the shoulders. Another big thing to remember here is we're wanting to keep the bar in nice and close to the body when we perform this movement, not letting it come out and back in towards us. So keep the bar in nice and close, should be just a couple inches off of the body throughout that entire movement. Start off light on this exercise, make sure you've got good form, and then you can slowly start to progress up in weight.